I was called to come and diagnose this vehicle. This is Jaguar XJ8 2005. I was called to come and diagnose it. It's having an heater circuit problem. It's an intermittent problem. So sometimes it comes and it goes. So I was called to come and diagnose it. And you can see the heater circuit issue, which is bank 2 sensor 2. So when I check the wiring diagram to trace where the fuse is, because with this Jaguar they have fuses in them, so I'll trace and find out where the heater circuit fuse is. So that's the heater circuit, and it shares both ground with the other O2 sensor. So we'll trace and get to where the heater circuit is in. So you can see that they share both grounds. So that's the fuse for the heater circuit, both bank 1 and bank 2. So we'll get to the fuse, we'll do my test beneath it and get to the fuse and check why the fuses goes off. It used to go off because both of them uses the same relay to activate the heater circuit. So we'll go in front of the vehicle and go and check the fuses, why it is an intermittent fault. So those are the two fuses, the 30 amps. The 30 amps, yeah, it's working now. Both of them are working now. So I'll check why the bank 2 sensor, two fuses goes off and come back on intermittently. I think the fuse got blown, so they rejoined the fuse with a wire, so it doesn't fit well. So sometimes it goes off and come back on. So I'll fit it in and replace the fuse. But for now, I'll check for the circuit and see if the fuse is working now, as I've taken it out and place it back in. So I'll check if the heater circuit is working whilst the key is on. So this is the bank 2 sensor 2, checking the heater circuit in it. So with this one, and you can even get a bias voltage from the other two sockets. So you check the other two sockets, you get a bias voltage. But for now, I'm testing for the heater circuit. I'm testing for ground. I'm testing for correct ground that I've gotten. So now I'll test the heater circuit with my test light. So now this is the bias voltage, which shows that the O2 sensor is working. But with this bias voltage, anytime you touch with the test light, it goes to 0. Anytime you touch with the test light, it will drop to 0 because it's a bias voltage, and it helps the computer to know if the O2 sensor is working or not, or it helps the computer to identify the O2 sensor. So when I test it, when I touch it with the test light, it goes to 0. It tells me that my circuit is okay. So if there is any problem, then it will be from the fuse. So anytime I touch, it goes to 0. It goes to 0 because it's a bias voltage, which helps the O2 sensor to identify that it's working correct. So now what I'll do is I'll replace the fuse, and that will be all for the heater circuit. So you can see it in the wiring diagram. So I'll erase the fault code and replace the fuse. Erase all the fault code and replace the fuse. Read it again. It's left with only the flight record. So now I'm done. I'm going to replace the 30 amps fuse with a new one. And there is a spare fuse at the trunk of the vehicle. So I'll take it out and replace it. So this is the one focused. This is the one that it got blown and they've jammed it. So I'm replacing it with a new one, which I took from the spare fuses to fix the issue totally. And I'm done with my diagnosing, because I was called to come and check the O2 sensors, why it keeps coming on. And there is a waveform. After fixing the O2 sensor, one is for bank 2 and one is for bank 1. So I check the waveform of the O2 sensor to know that if the O2 sensors are working properly. And the car is still running. And when you get down there, so I'm having bank 2 and bank 1, which is connected to the scope to read and know the actual thing going on. So that means it is fixed now. And you can see the drop in the O2 sensor, which rises up again. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more videos, and thanks. So anytime I accelerate, you see the green drops and gets back up, and drops again and come back up. Thank you for watching once again.